I can't believe I put off watching this movie for so long. It filled me with so much child wonder and adventure craze. It's a feel-good anime with no villain and no ill will intended against the protagonists, showing the sisters being children yet so mature and grown up for their age. Tonari no Totoro was brought by Studio Ghibli that also made Princess Mononoke and Spirited Away. This story in particular focused on child wonder and imagination, or maybe the abilities of a pure-hearted children. It tells of two children and their father moving into the countryside closer to their hospitalized mother. 10-year-old Sasaki, the older sister, was so responsible taking care of her little sister. It's not that often to see a 10-year-old to have such a good head on her shoulders. And to add, that watching over her little sister doesn't come from being the older sister, but rather just pure love. It may have developed due to her mother's long hospitalization that she became so mature. At least I think so. However, little 4-year-old May is also a tough cookie to beat. She hasn't cried once because she fell or tripped. She always picks herself up and continues on whatever she does. Mei means sprout in Japanese. Mei Mei means little sister in Chinese. Totoro is a giant spirit of the forest who the children meets and thus opens a new world of adventure. This is actually a combination of an owl, cat, and raccoons. An imagination of Hayao Miyazaki, the writer and director. Totoro is actually a name of their species, to be precise. The big one that always interacted with the sisters is O Totoro. There is Chu Totoro or Middle Totoro and Chibi Totoro or Small Totoro. O Totoro means Big Totoro, but in the English version, it's translated into King Totoro. Totoro's name comes from Mei mispronouncing troll into Totoro. When Satsuki found Mei in the forest asleep, Mei says she saw a Totoro. Satsuki replies, "Totoro? Do you mean troll from the storybook?" Troll, if pronounced in Japanese, comes out as Tororu, which is why it's not far from Totoro. The film is partially autobiographical. When Hayao Miyazaki and his brothers were children, his mother suffered from spinal tuberculosis for 9 years and spent much of her time hospitalized. It's been implied, yet never revealed in the film, that Satsuki and Mei's mother also suffers from tuberculosis. He once said the film would have been too painful for him to make if two protagonists were boys instead of girls. Hayao Miyazaki originally conceived the characters Satsuki and Mei as a single girl. He wanted to add suspense to the latter half of the film, and he felt it wouldn't work with just a single girl, so he split her into two separate girls. The original girl had features of both Satsuki and Mei. The original girl was also 7 years old, halfway between the ages of Satsuki, which is 10 years old, and Mei, who's 4. The film reminded me so much of a child's wild imagination. I may not have been as mature as they were in that age, but I can safely say most children have been as imaginative as this, though it may not have manifested to a point where our imaginary friends have helped us through a problem. My favorite scenes are the moment Mei fell into the hole, much like Alice finding Wonderland, finding Totoro and sleeping on top of him, and when Satsuki had to carry her little sister on her back while waiting for their father under strong rain as Mei stood defiant to wait at Granny's house. Totoro appears to accompany the elder sister and leaves her as their father arrives on the bus. The scene was really thought out where Mei was lost after attempting to deliver corn to her ailing mother. She sat beside a Buddhist row of statues. In Japan, they are deity who protect children, subtly conveying to the viewers that she was going to be safe whilst waiting for her sister. And I'm very impressed at the loving father who never negated his children's stories and believed, or at least pretended to believe, his children's stories and even used it to teach their children their culture and being open to others' thoughts. Fans have been presuming that the story is actually based on the Sayama incident. The Sayama incident of 1963 in Sayama City, Saitama Prefecture, when a man kidnapped, raped, and killed a 16-year-old girl and her older sister committed suicide after her sister's murder. They say her sister has been seeing a cat-like ghost before she committed suicide, and this is how Totoro was born. According to fans of this conspiracy, the Shichikoku Hospital is actually situated in Siam City, named Hachikoku Hospital, and during the move, there is a box labeled Sayamati. This happened on May 1, 1963, and the names of the two children are a play on words of the month of May. Although I haven't seen anything to confirm this for now, I'm dismissing it as hearsay. We also see Susuwatari throughout the film, primarily in the new house, and as Satsuki was running through a tunnel to ask Totoro for help, looking for her sister. They say the Susuwatari appear when someone is about to die. They say Mei died when she was lost, and Satsuki willingly entered the realm of death when she entered the tunnel. This is also the reason why both children have no shadows during the end of the film, because spirits cannot cast shadows. Finally, the Totoro is actually a Shinigami, or the god of death, which is why he is only seen by the girls. Also, that their mother was able to see them when they delivered corn because she was also on death's door. So to debunk this conspiracy, I'm gonna be showing a comment from Studio Ghibli themselves. Don't worry everyone, there is no fact or setting that Totoro is a Shinigami or Mei is dead in My Neighbor Totoro.